I canceled Mother's Day celebration that I arranged for my wife after hearing what she told my son. So last month, I spent weeks planning this huge Mother's Day thing for my wife, Michelle. I'm talking about renting out this private dining room at her favorite restaurant, inviting all her friends and family, hiring a photographer, the whole 9 yards. I even took time off work to coordinate everything because I wanted it to be perfect. Michelle has always been kind of intense about parenting. She reads all these books about raising successful kids and has these really high expectations for our 8-year-old son, Chris. Sometimes I think she pushes him too hard, but she always says she just wants him to reach his potential. The week before Mother's Day, Chris came home from school looking upset. He's usually this happy kid who bounces around telling me about his day, but that afternoon he just went straight to his room. When I asked him what was wrong, he said he didn't want to talk about it. Later that night, I heard Michelle talking to Chris in his room. I was walking past to grab something from our bedroom when I stopped outside his door. What I heard made my blood run cold. Chris was crying, telling her he was sorry about getting a B+ on his math test. That's when Michelle said the words that still make me sick to think about. She told him that maybe if he wasn't so lazy and stupid, he wouldn't disappoint everyone around him. Then she said that smart kids don't make excuses, they just do better. My 8-year-old son was sobbing, apologizing for not being good enough. Michelle just kept going, telling him that she was embarrassed to be his mother when he brought home grades like that. She said all his friends' parents probably thought she was a bad mom because she couldn't even raise a kid who could get straight A's. I stood there frozen, listening to my wife tear down our little boy's self-esteem over a B+. A B+ that I would have been proud of when I was his age. Chris kept saying he would try harder, that he would study more, that he was sorry for being disappointing. When Michelle finally left his room, I went in to check on Chris. He was curled up in bed, still crying quietly. I sat down next to him and told him I was proud of him, that a B+ was a great grade, and that he wasn't disappointing anyone. But the damage was already done. He just looked at me with these sad eyes and asked if I thought he was stupid too. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about all the times Michelle had made comments about Chris needing to do better, about how other kids his age were reading at higher levels or scoring better on tests. I realized this probably wasn't the first time she'd said things like this to him. The next morning, I called the restaurant and canceled the Mother's Day reservation. I called all the family members and friends who were supposed to come and told them the celebration was off. I even canceled the photographer. When Michelle asked me what was wrong, I told her exactly what I'd heard her say to Chris. She got defensive immediately, saying she was just motivating him to do better and that I was being too sensitive. She claimed that pushing kids to excel was what good parents do. I told her that calling our 8-year-old son lazy and stupid wasn't motivation, it was emotional abuse. I said that if she thought it was okay to talk to Chris like that, then she didn't deserve to be celebrated as a mother. Michelle completely lost it. She started screaming about how I'd ruined her special day and embarrassed her in front of everyone. She said I was undermining her parenting and that Chris needed tough love to succeed in life. But here's the thing that really got me. She never once apologized for what she said to Chris. She never acknowledged that her words might have hurt him. She was only upset about the canceled celebration